Hey everybody, how you doing? Troy Banning, Director of Community Engagement here at Gilbert. I am here with Mr. Hawthorne today, Gilbert High School senior Will Hawthorne, and we're just going to talk. I want to talk to him. Recently, he played in the Navy AllAmerican Bowl in San Antonio with the best high school football players in the country. And we're going to talk about that, but I want to get back. I want to start kind of at the beginning of this year. I think the last time you and I talked was about the season was late July, early August, before the season started, and you had all these thoughts how the season could go.
Yep.
We're now, over 5 months later. Let's see, 2,260 yards rushing, 28 touchdowns, district championship, state quarterfinals, Gatorade Player of the Year, consensus first team All-State player. When you think back to all that versus what your expectations were in late July, early August, how everything transpired, just how would you describe the season? Was it more than you expected, maybe?
Yes, I'd definitely say it's more than I expected. I knew that the Tigers were going to be great because we've been putting in so much work in the off season. I've seen the guys develop, especially that junior class below us develop. So I knew that we were going to have a good year, a breakout year, but I did not expect how much success we actually had. And I did not expect how much success I had personally. I've seen how much I've done. And, I just thought to go out there and work hard and try my best and see what happens. And I didn't have too many expectations, but yeah, it turned out pretty well, and
understatement.
Definitely a season I'll remember for the rest of my life.
And I haven't watched Gilbert football since the beginning of time, but I have a hard time thinking there's been a better individual season than what you had. Just what does that mean to you at this point? And I'm guessing 10 years from now it'll mean more than when you can think back. But just what does that mean? Kind of everything you're able to accomplish, and then to throw on the state player of the year, just that stuff. Is that stuff that how much does it mean now? But will there be more, down the line? Do you think it mean more?
Yeah, I think it hasn't really dawned on me too much now because I'm just living in the moment. But it's definitely something I'll tell my grandkids about and brag to my grandkids when they don't think that their grandpa was anything back in the day. But it was just a very exciting award to have on me to showcase how much I've put into, the sport, myself, my athleticism, and it also showcases how much the team put into me and the coaches, because that award doesn't happen if you don't have a great team around you. If we're a 3-6 team, that award doesn't happen. None of that, good publicity comes to me. So it shows off how not only good I played, but how good of a team we were.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure we're our quarterfinalists. We have a banner up, don't we, somewhere over there. It shows how much that team was, a true group, and how much they supported me, and those old linemen blocked for me, and the coaches chose to give me the ball a couple times a game. Yeah.
A few times a game. So then let's fast forward. So then that all the career, the high school career, comes to an end early November. And then when did you hear about, and the Navy All-American Bowl is a really big deal. I think, and I kind of alluded to this in the story, and then they said this on TV the other day, that there are over 1 million kids that play high school football each year. 100 of them got invited to this All-American Bowl. That is a very, very small percentage that you were a part of. So just when did you find out that you were invited to this and going to take part, and just what was that initial reaction like, or thinking in your head?
I was actually out, it was a Tuesday morning, I was out to breakfast with my mom at the cafe, and I got a little text on my phone, and it was a 24/7 sports guy, that page, and they said, hey, are you good for a phone call? So I'm like, yeah, I want to hear what you want to say. So I picked up the phone, and he said, you had a great season, I want to invite you out to this game, I'll give you details here soon, you're kind of a late invite, so we would like an answer by, tomorrow night. So I'm like, all right. So I go back in and tell my mom, and she's like, you have to go. Like, a lifetime experience, you have to go. I'm like, yeah, I want to go. We checked the schedule. I'll be missing some basketball games and whatnot, but it was definitely a worth experience to go, and we signed up. We filled out all the paperwork and did my physicals and stuff like that. And before you know it, I was on a plane headed to San Antonio.
And before we even get to the game, oh, by the way, you're one of 6 finalists for a National Player of the Year award. What was that like to be in the room with that and to be among that small group that was up for that very prestigious award?
It was amazing. It was also shocking. Walking in there, I'm a big kid for Gilbert, Iowa. I'm not a big kid over there. I'm a smaller guy. And there's some of these dudes you see everywhere on your phone as the top, literally the top recruits in the nation. It was just a big jump becoming going from a fan of these guys to a peer. So I was still coming over that, and that was the first night where that got announced. And I was still trying to figure out where I stood, and then I saw my name up there, and I was like, oh, it was a great feeling knowing that not only was I my season on display for Iowa, but that it was a great season for, the rest of the country.
Just tell us about that week. I'm guessing it was eye-opening. How eye-opening was it? What were some of the surprises? But also, how much does that help you prepare for what's next? You're going to Iowa State in the fall. You'll be there this summer for camp with a whole new level of game. You got a little taste of that, at least, at this game. So, just kind of what was that all like?
I would say it answered a lot of questions. You know what I mean? Iowa football is great, but we don't get to see the type of guys that they have down there. Playing against dudes that are, 300 plus pounds really answered, the questions. Hey, can I fit in? Can I play with these guys? And it definitely built some confidence. Like, yeah, I can play. I can do all these things. And it was definitely exciting being around, other talent. Because, being on the field with these guys opened up things that I had never expected before. For my defense, opening up spots. I definitely have some work to put in. It's definitely a lot quicker than today's game. The offensive linemen are definitely a lot stronger. So it definitely built me a lot of confidence and showed me where I needed to go in the next couple of years to perform well at the next level.
So then what's next steps here? So we got basketball season, track season. But how much time are you putting into football and preparing for because when do you report to Iowa State and how soon after you are in this gym for a cap and gown, wearing a cap and gown, how soon are you at Iowa State on the football field?
I think it's June 4th or somewhere around there where I report. So it's a quick turnaround from, state track and then graduating and then right to campus. Some of my friends that are going to Iowa State are moving in today.
Oh, wow.
So some of the guys and some of the guys at the game played the AllAmerican game Saturday and then moved in on Sunday. So I'm happy that I have this next semester here in high school to be a high schooler, but it's definitely coming up quick.
How excited are you just for that next step and it's got to be a little daunting because you've been big fish for so long. You're not going to be here in 5 months, but just how excited are you for that next phase and to see, if you can compete at that level or to see how much you progress at that level? Yeah,
I'm very excited for it. When you're I learned this as a freshman. When you're at the bottom of the barrel, that's when you grow the most, I feel like. And I'm going from top of the food chain here in Gilbert to the shadows at Iowa State. So it's gonna be a big jump. I'm excited for the adversity. It'll be interesting, and I'm excited for all the the new changes because Gilbert's been my place for the last I don't know how many years, 10 years, and that jump's definitely going to challenge me to grow real fast. So it'll be interesting. Yeah.
And just lastly, we got to tie this into Gilbert. Gilbert schools here. Just what do you say to your coaches? That you're coming to this end now with this chapter. Just can you reflect at all about what this place and this program, these coaches have meant to you and helped you get to the place you are now?
Yeah, I would definitely say the coaches believed in me very early on. Lunt, Van Winkle when he was here, Sneezik when I was a freshman, Hansen, Gescheidler, more. All these coaches really believed in me, especially when I was a freshman, not fully believing in myself, and gave me so many opportunities to perform and play the best that I can play. And eventually as a senior, them just letting me play, letting me lead, giving me the responsibility of leading a team through my leadership and not always the coach's leadership, kind of handing me the reins of the team, challenged me to become a better leader. And that's what they were doing, giving me opportunities, giving me second chances, giving me so many different challenges to grow, to expand my game, not only as a football player but as a young man and a leader. It was just a great time. The coaches here were amazing to me and my family.
Fantastic. Very good. Well, Will, thank you for doing this first ever one-on-one interview with us here at Gilbert. Congratulations on everything this past fall. It was so fun to watch. Congratulations on being an All-American, and all of us around here will be watching you at the next day.
Yes,
So
sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.